within their organization, which gives them scalability. There are times when we're engaged in an audit of past fiscal years. Our circumstances change over time, and sometimes we need that scalability to be able to address more needs that we have for our accounting and finance. RGS was the firm that clearly demonstrated those competencies and that scalability. And again, their cost proposal was the most competitive amongst the group, and therefore it's staff's recommendation based on the committee's interview process and scoring that the council approve this city administrator to go forward with a contract for professional accounting services with RGS.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Cliff?
I have one.
Go ahead.
Hey, Cliff, what was the difference between what we were paying Roy and what we're gonna be paying these guys?
What was Roy's total contract?
He was hourly, $160 an hour.
Okay. So his hourly rate was entirely driven by how much he was utilized. And so I don't have an annual figure to give you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Cliff? Any public comment?
I guess we'll just, public information request, we can see how much he billed us over the last year, we build our own annual number, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And so are you gonna give us the annual number for our projection here, is it in the, for our new, or is he gonna be an hourly rate as well?
The proposal is for $36,000, and that is available online. The entire packet's available to the public.
Is that just annually, or is there a clause saying if I go over this many hours, we pay more?
Right, based on time and materials, yeah. There can be additional cost overruns.
Is it time and material not to succeed, or just time and material?
Time and material.
You don't know offhand what we paid Roy last year?
Not offhand, I couldn't tell you.
As memory serves me, it fluctuates every month. So, yeah. Any other public comment?
I have a question. How do you not have a profit loss from last year to know what you paid them?
We
I just don't
do,
know
I don't have
off
it
the top
with
of my
me
head.
at this moment. I
It's
mean,
not allowed.
you might ask the same question, how much did we pay for the maintenance of the community hall? We have it, I just don't have it with me now.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Public comment? Okay. Entertain a motion from the council.
I'll motion to approve Regional Government Services, RGS, as a selected accounting firm and authorize the interim city administrator to negotiate and execute the contract for services.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item C, discussion action, water meter purchase approval request.
Mr. Mayor and Council, this item is for the replacement and the deployment of the water meters. We are under obligation by way of California Assembly Bill 2572 to, as are all municipal water suppliers, to install meters. This is consistent with our plan to comply with that bill. We have a estimate, rather that is, we have a 40 meter estimate here for $12,027.32. This number exceeds my signature authority, which was established at $10,000. So this purchase needs to come back for approval. And if there are any technical questions about it, our Public Works Superintendent is happy to entertain any technical questions.
I have a question. So who actually does the installation of the meters?
We do.
Okay, any other questions for Paul or Cliff on this?
Just, are these meters that are going in where it's not metered yet, or are these replacing existing meters that have failed? Or?
Well, they'd be replacement, and then there's some that if we have to add new meters, which we're still on the cusp of trying to do that. And there's actually some of them, because we got about 200 inoperable meters right now that we have to hand read.
Okay.
And we've changed some of the encoders on them, which have fixed them without having to do the meters, but I do need to have some in stock. I need to replace the ones that I can't change out with the encoder, and then for just going on. I mean, because we still got probably 300 meters we gotta actually change out, or not change out, but add.
Okay, so it's a mix. I just was wondering if this is something that we're trying to close that gap on unmetered services or.
No, these are, right now, these are ones that are just gonna be trying to replace the ones that, because these were put in 2006, and usually there's like a 15, 20-year, life on meters, and so they're average of like 19 years old.
Thank you.
So, how many meters, how many houses are not metered,
I believe right now there's about 300 still.
that are not metered at all?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not the number that, yeah, that's up like 3 times of what, not from you, but,
Yeah.
okay.
Is, maybe I'm misspeaking, but,
Well-
I think that's about what it is.
So basically, we got a year now to get that done, and, you know, it doesn't seem like that's practical, and before I brought it up, well, it's for another time, but it doesn't seem practical to get that done by January 1 of 2025.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, any other questions for Paul or Cliff?
I have a question. Was this part of our budget for this year?
Yes, this is in the budget.
Thank you.
Any public comment?
Yeah, so just to be clear for other people, that price is just for the material. That has nothing to do with paying the labor to put it in, right? That's just to buy 40 meters, we're dropping $12,000. Alright.
Okay, any other public comment? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of 40 replacement water meters from the Pace Supply Corporation at a total cost of $32 including estimated sales tax and freight.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Anita. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, item D, information, city-owned property lease update, or leases update.
Mr. Mayor and Council, what I wanted to accomplish with this was to just bring to you an update of the various properties that we have under lease. 2 of those are within the industrial park. One is ag land, and the other is the fiber optic center, which you are familiar with, at 3951 Ferris Road. For this particular item, there are, the lease for the ag land to Mr. Justison is current. The other leases have expired. And so I wanted to give council the opportunity to review the status of those, and to basically give me general direction. I'm assuming it would be desirable to renew those leases, and barring any opposition, I would proceed to do that. And I'd be happy to have any questions that you or the public might have about those leases and answer them to the best of my ability.
Any questions for Cliff from the council?
The properties are in shape for them to lease, like they have the power that is needed, they're not flooding out, they have everything they need in order for us to, in good faith, lease these, buildings or areas.
Yes, council member, they are, in order. They're currently, either occupied or being used. For example, SunWest, occupies, one of the warehouses. They are continuing to pay the city on a monthly basis, but the lease document itself needs to be actioned, either renewed or canceled, at the direction of the council. And so, that is true as well with Gateway Pacific, a contractor. They have equipment and material stored at their designated site, within the industrial park. That hasn't changed. And so my intention is to get direction and to, renew those leases, subject to your review.
And their annual leases.
No, actually, they're not all annual leases. The Lumen Technologies Fiber Optic Center inception was 25 years ago.